Good afternoon. I am thrilled to welcome you to Kids First third annual 14 Under 14 Awards Ceremony. Today we recognize the contributions of 14 amazing leaders, all under the age of 14. I'm Jenny Schultz, Director of Kids First Law Center, and through our organization's work in the legal system, in public schools, and as children's advocates in the community, we are committed to making children's voices heard. We host this event to make sure that adults hear about the incredible young people building up their schools and our community. Kids First received 50 nominations this year, and all from staff in the Cedar Rapids Community School District. Then a committee at Kids First had the very difficult task, I think it was the hardest task of the 3 years we've had this award, of narrowing those nominations down to 14 inspiring young leaders you'll meet today. Honestly, we could have honored dozens more. The next generation is full of gifted and extraordinary young people. You will see it's a diverse group. The award recipients range from 10 to 13 years old, and they are laser focused on being true to their values and being their best selves. They have not been sidetracked by sometimes major obstacles. They lead by example. They are engaged in acts of kindness and service, and they have bravely stood up and spoken out for others. They are all inspiring. I'd like to recognize Kirkwood Community College for being our presenting sponsor, and we will hear more from them later. I'd like to also thank photographer Bruce Thayer for capturing these kids and their personalities on film. And I would especially like to thank the teachers who nominated students for an award. We would not know about these students if you hadn't taken the time to nominate them. Let's give all of them a round of applause. Along those lines, if you are an educator, a school staff person, or administrator, if you do any work at a school or for a school district, whether it's the Cedar Rapids Community School District or others, would you please stand if you're able to be recognized? We want to thank you for being so invested in young people. It's good, you're going to get used to clapping. I'd also like to recognize some special guests that we have with us today and elected officials. So hold your applause until I read all of their names, but if you would please stand as I read your name. Our school superintendent, Dr. Tawana Grover, is here. I saw her somewhere. Hold your applause. I know, she is applause worthy. It's hard not. The school board director is David Tominski, Cindy Garlock, Nancy Humbles, Jennifer Borcherding, I believe I got all of you, and State Senator Molly Donahue. And did I miss anyone else?
City Council member David Meyer.
Oh, David Meyer. Is somewhere? Yes? Okay. Hey, guys. Thank you for being here. It is also our honor to have Cedar Rapids Mayor Tiffany O'Donnell here today, who you may have seen. Mayor O'Donnell is a former Kids First board member and is passionate about bringing up the next generation of leaders. Please join me in welcoming Mayor O'Donnell to the podium. Thank you so much, Jenny. And Jenny's always so good at thanking others, but can we please give a round of applause for Jenny and her team and all the tremendous work sure. So this truly is, as mayor, students, and I probably need this microphone. I'd rather be talking to you, so I hope you don't think I'm rude. Though I do want to thank parents, teachers, family, friends for the role that we all play. The saying that it takes a village, I mean, we live it every day. And so thank you for being the village of these students here, and I know so many others out there, certainly to our teachers out there. So gratitude to you as well for all that you've done to get these students this way. Now that I've been mayor mayor 2 years, I still get asked questions like, why did you want to be mayor? And I'll tell you, there really isn't a better illustration than what I'm looking at right now. No pressure. But it's you. And I say that because I was really passionate about making sure that Cedar Rapids would be a place that I wanted to grow old in, and that my kids wanted to grow old, and maybe if I'm lucky enough, I'll have some grandkids or other little family friends that would like to choose Cedar Rapids. But that doesn't happen on accident. None of that just happens without leadership. And so, as mayor, it is such a privilege and an honor, and actually makes me a little nervous being in front of this group. Because those of you who've been to 14 Under 14 understand the power, the minds, the creativity, the passion that we have here in front of us in a variety of different ways. And no pressure, but we're relying on you. So who here thinks they want to be mayor? Do some work. Okay, who here thinks they could be mayor, could be president? I better see every hand. And one of the things that I like to share as mayor, and I'll be brief, I promise. I know you're not here for me, but this is an important message. I think it is. At least you need to understand that absolutely, whatever it is you want to be, a lot of times we can be our own biggest barriers. And when I first became mayor, it was really uncomfortable when my good friends would address me as mayor in City Hall. You know, I've lived here for a long time, so I have friends who actually work in City Hall. And I'd say, oh, hi Angie, how's it going? And she's like, well, Mayor, I need to talk to you about this project. I'm like, Mayor? Like, it's just me. It's just Tiffany. And she's like, well, yeah, no, Mayor. And the reason why it's spoken in the third person like that, it's a position. And I know many of you have served in leadership positions. When people ask you a question in that capacity, they're not asking you as maybe just you, the friend that you see at recess or out on the weekends. They're asking you for your official opinion in that way. And that happens to me as mayor. And it can be a little, there are people who say, oh, I'm nervous to meet the mayor. Oh my gosh, that's the mayor. Well, it's me. Right? It's me. And let me tell you in one little secret. You know how I get ready in the morning every day? Any guesses? I put my pants on one leg at a time. Just like everybody here. And it's important for you to know that, because whatever that job is that you do, you have to know that everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. I want you to know that because I hope that it reinforces to you that all these positions like this, and maybe there are other positions you see people doing there out there in the world, there may be the temptation to be, oh, I'm not sure if that's something I could do. These are people. These are people just like me, just like you. And as leaders, it's going to be really important for you to know that. Not only from the standpoint that it gets you to maybe do something that you weren't sure you could do. You can have the confidence to know that you can do it. But it'll also provide a little bit of humility, humanness. You'll understand that so many of us are really ordinary people that find ourselves in these extraordinary situations. And every one of you is that. So thank you for stepping up this early in your lives. How lucky we are that you have such a head start. Aren't we in good hands? Thank you for the work that you've already done and you continue to do, and we can't wait to see what you do for the rest of us when we get old and tired. Congratulations, everybody. And stay in Cedar Rapids. Don't go anywhere. Okay, it is what you've all been waiting for, which is awards time. We are going to celebrate the honorees in random order, and at some ceremonies they ask you to hold your applause, but not here. We would like you to cheer loudly. We want you to hoot and holler. These kids deserve it. So please give it up for our first award recipient, Evie Creighton, age 13. Kathy Jenkins. Evie excels athletically, socially, and academically. She's an athlete who is so much more than an athlete. She's creative, a problem solver, an academic leader, a good citizen, and a courageous voice. It does not matter if someone is Evie's friend or someone she's never talked to, she is friendly to all. In a world where others want people to see the good they are doing, Evie does the right thing when no one is looking, and without looking for recognition, though we're gonna give it to her today. Evie is a courageous voice for all students. When she learned an extracurricular opportunity might be taken away last year, Evie took the opportunity to publicly speak at a school board meeting to advocate for change, despite being the only student to do so. Evie creates a better environment for those around her without even knowing it. Her very presence pushes those around her to do better, and she sets the bar high for herself, accepting nothing less than 100% in everything she does. Evie is also a digital creator who shoots and edits content with her sister for their YouTube channel, Roll with Evie and Ezra. And their channel is designed to show sports reels, but the genuine bond she has with her younger sister got me hooked. The nomination says she's only scratched the surface of her talents and gifts, so this might be your first time meeting Evie, but it likely won't be your last. Congratulations. Our next award recipient is Tegan Cunega, age 13. Tegan's award will be presented by McKinley teacher Kate Walters. Ms. Walters says, Tegan stands out for her appreciation of life's genuine joys. She chooses personal connection over screen time. When many of us, adults and kids alike, are buried on our phones, Tegan can be found having meaningful conversations with students, or immersed in a good book, or a creative activity like drawing. Tegan makes the choice to experience real life moment by moment. Tegan told me she loves school because it is an opportunity to expand her mind. She focuses on the positive and what can be gained from a situation. Now, company leaders read lots of books about having a growth mindset, but Tegan comes by this naturally. Tegan is honest and trustworthy. She's an absolute leader on the soccer team, getting the team ready to go for the coach, and trusted with the keys to the equipment room. When we delivered notice of her award to McKinley, Tegan was wearing a shirt that said, "Be kind," and that is no coincidence. She makes it a point to think about others and not just herself. She's always willing to help out students who are struggling, and her positive attitude and smile light up a room like it is right now. Congratulations, Tegan. Our third and next, I should say third because they're in a random order. Our next award recipient is Abdi Yusuf, age 10. And Abdi's award is being presented by his Johnson teacher, Hannah Olson. Abdi has learned English as a second language, and his teachers recognize him for constantly showing an eagerness to learn, no matter the subject. He focuses on how he can improve rather than thinking about shortcomings. He told me going through hard obstacles will be useful when he's an adult. He's right. Abdi has a strong moral compass. He speaks the truth, and he asks for the truth from others. He stands up for himself and what he believes in, but he also seeks to give voice to others and what they believe in. He has a huge heart, and he shows respect to everyone, no matter where they come from, no matter what they've done in the past. He is a role model for inclusion and for accepting others without judgment. Abdi is a natural peacemaker. His open-minded embrace of other students and their perspectives allows him to be a peacemaker at school. A desire to keep the peace is deep within him. Abdi has been dreaming of being a police officer since he was 2 years old. He's admired for his ability to stand up for himself without projecting arrogance, but we hope he'll be proud of himself today. Congratulations, Abdi. The next award recipient is Natalie Ross, age 12. And Natalie's award will be presented by Franklin teacher Amy Ulman. Natalie is a nonconformist who stands up for what she believes. And one thing she believes in and exudes is kindness. When Natalie saw students being rude to a teacher one day, she brought up the idea of building a kindness club at school to spread kindness in little and big ways around the school and the community. Kindness Club can also give people a place to talk about their struggles with a friendly listener, and maybe they can even have a little candy if they're having a bad day. She recognizes that teachers and students alike can have bad days. Natalie's advice is if people bring you down, just bring yourself up and don't worry about them. Yet Natalie doesn't need a club to be kind. Her teacher said Natalie has used Bolt's Bucks, which are rewards they earn at Franklin, to buy gifts for others instead of using the rewards for herself. Natalie told me she wants to be as beautiful and kind as her mom. Natalie, you already are. Let's return to her some of the kindness she shows others by giving Natalie our appreciation. Our next award recipient is Aril Matwakanunu, age 13. And Aril's award will be presented by Roosevelt teacher Abby Turley. Aril's principal said, "Character and reputation take forever to build, and one or two actions can dismantle them. But there hasn't been a single act in Aril's 3 years at Roosevelt that have been outside his values." He is one of the strongest leaders in Roosevelt's 8th grade class. Ril is the epitome of consistency, seen by friends and teachers as unfailingly reliable in the way he quietly leads by example. Aril always does the right thing, no matter what is pulling him. He has an aura and presence that people follow. I feel like I can feel that. The class looks to how he's operating, and he sets the standard. He is the standard. Aril has drive, commitment, and focus to staying on the path to achieve his goals. But he is also kind, compassionate, and patient with everyone. He never engages in conflict with others, and often aims to bridge gaps between those around him. He's inclusive and constantly helpful to teachers and peers. Not only is he a leader at school, Aril also believes in the value of school. He spoke repeatedly during our meeting about the need to provide more funding for education. Can I get an amen? Quiet leaders often fly under the radar of recognition. So we are pleased to make some noise for Aril today. Our next award recipient is Kyra Brown, age 13. Nominated by her coach coach and teacher Donna Sharper, who could not make it today, so her award will be presented by McKinley teacher Dominique Brown, who just happens to be Kyra's mom. Kyra has an outstanding work ethic and a strong sense of justice. She takes great inspiration from her mother, who she describes as the strongest person she knows. Kyra maintains a warm personality and a sense of humor, even when circumstances are challenging. Her empathy shines through in close relationships, where she strives not to ignore or dismiss anyone. And it shone through at her prior school last year, where she noticed students of color being mistreated and subject to racial slurs. She first spoke to a teacher about it, then organized a group of students and convened a meeting with the principal. Students took turns speaking out about the injustices they had witnessed. In fact, Kyra's advice to younger kids is exactly this: always speak up for what you believe. Don't listen to others' opinions. Be you, be truly you. Whether she's playing tennis or serving as an assistant basketball coach, whether she is participating in AAAP or PACT, Kyra is always kind, always a leader, and always 100% herself. Congratulations. Our next award recipient is Jonellis Roman, age 12. And Jonellis' award will be presented by Franklin teacher Caitlin Dressmeyer. Jonellis is described by her teacher as one of the sweetest, most helpful girls I have ever met. Jonellis always gives her best effort, and her teachers rely on her to help students who are struggling. One teacher said she's never seen Jonellis without a smile. Jonellis is keenly aware of the problems in the world. When I met with her, she talked about everything from war and violence to inflation, but she maintains a profound optimism despite these outside circumstances. Jonellis wants to be like her mom, a native Spanish speaker whom Jonellis admires for her persistence and for always trying to do the right thing. Jonellis is also bilingual. Knowing her natural positivity and helpfulness, her teachers have trusted her to welcome and help new Spanish-speaking students at school get acclimated. When I met Jonellis, she had already helped translate that day for a student with a computer problem. She is centered in gratitude, expressing thanks for her teachers, her education, and her mom and dad, who are always there when she needs them. And today, we're grateful to have the chance to honor her. Congratulations. I could do this all night, but we're happy. Our next award recipient is Devendra Bahadur, age 11. Devendra's award will be presented by one of his teachers, Ryan Patterson. Deb has set high aspirations for himself, but what makes him so exceptional is who he is at his core. A teacher said, "He's a helper, a person who doesn't wait for solutions. He's a change agent who has and will make his community, school, state, country, and world a better place." Devendra has used his experience traveling the world and seeing poverty firsthand to motivate himself to improve conditions for people in need. Devendra started a club with his friends at Taft called the United Tap Tigers Association, UTTA, and Deb can rattle off the mission of the club better than many nonprofit leaders. In part, he said, "Our goal is to make Taft a better place and to create an environment where we can become better leaders and human beings." The club organizes service activities like a winter clothing drive for Willis State Shelter, or trees they planted in pots to nurture throughout the winter to plant on Earth Day in April. Deb is guided by a strong moral code. When I met with him, he brought along the Bhagavad Gita, a book he and his family read from every night. Hinduism has taught him to try his best to be a good and kind person and to spread positive energy among people without expecting anything in return. Today, we hope to return some good energy to him with this honor. Congratulations to Deb. Our next award recipient is Isaiah Julis, age 13. Isaiah's award will be presented by Wilson teacher Belle Canny. Isaiah has an eye for when someone needs assistance and proactively offers to help. She is always helping and wants others to succeed. She gives up her lunch and her recess to volunteer to tutor other students, like those who were absent getting caught up on work. She has volunteered to reshelve books in the library and organize things for teachers. Isaiah is her teacher's substitute liaison. This means when there is a substitute, Isaiah takes attendance, helps the substitute keep the class on track, and helps students stay on task. That's not easy. With her enthusiasm, she inspires other students to participate in class projects. Isaiah is described by her teachers as curious and bright and intrinsically motivated. She always wants to know more and is never satisfied with a simple answer. It might be one reason she might want to be a lawyer. She strives to exceed her goals and is looking forward to studying psychology and French next year. Her teacher said Isaiah is constantly thinking about how she can be the best version of herself and help others do the same. Isaiah, you are the best you there is. Congratulations. Our next award recipient is Kevin Telsey, age 10. And Kevin's award is being presented by Hoover teacher Ashley McMahon. Kevin's self-motivation and resiliency are two reasons his teachers consider him a role model. Not only does he work hard at every task, but he's never afraid to ask for help and never quits when faced with something new or difficult. This year, Kevin has made incredible leaps as a reader, which is not easy when you are an English language learner. At the end of every week, Kevin asks his teacher for extra books he can take home so he can practice reading over the weekend. He remains positive and motivated to learn. He's naturally curious. Kevin's favorite subject is science, and he's particularly interested in tornadoes. His curiosity and big ideas make him a natural helper in explaining new concepts to classmates when they're stuck. If Kevin were president, he would help people take care of others. That desire to help people is one reason Kevin would like to be a police officer one day. He helps students, he helps teachers. Now please help me recognize Kevin. Our next award recipient is Hannah Jones. Hannah's award will be presented by one of her teachers, Erskine, J.P. McDonald. Hannah is a helpful, trustworthy, and dedicated student. She's enthusiastic about school and is an avid reader. She comes to school every day with a smile on her face, ready to learn. In class, she is patient and helpful, often helping her classmates by explaining directions about an assignment or a concept that may be difficult to grasp. She's like a mini teacher. She is unfailingly responsible in her work, completing every assignment to the best of her ability. Hannah is invariably kind to others, a solid role model for her peers. She encourages younger students with a thumbs up and waves. She smiles and creates a more loving environment just by being herself. Hannah is part of Erskine's Green Team, where she empties the school's recycling bins and educates other students about green initiatives, like when she used a game to teach kindergartners how to recycle their milk cartons. Hannah is also a member of an Erskine Girls Leadership Group who went to every classroom to promote Caring is Cool buttons. They gave students a button when they saw them being kind, and then that student was encouraged to pay it forward and give the button to another student who they caught being kind. And they also left a note of encouragement on every single student's desk. Hannah, you spread kindness and joy everywhere you go. It's our joy to celebrate you today. Congratulations. Our next award recipient is Avery Inequichi, age 10. And Avery's award will be presented by her teacher at Wright, Josh Reynolds. Avery is not afraid of taking a stand and will stand up for others. She's direct but kind and tackles tough issues without fear. Avery told me she's shy, which is why classmates might find it surprising when she speaks up. When Avery does speak up, it is for others who need a voice, and people listen because she is respectful with her words and she speaks the truth. Mr. Reynolds coined her the voice of the classroom. Inspired by Rosa Parks, Avery contributes valuable information to conversations on equality and racism. She's aware of and vocal about the obstacles young Black people face today. She understands and embraces it by knowing who she is and where she's come from. She maintains a positive attitude every day. Avery is incredibly self-motivated. She is willing to ask for help if she doesn't understand something, which is not easy to do, and she works until she does. At the beginning of the school year, she decided she was going to read all 400 plus pages of the reading curriculum book, Wonders. She finished in early December saying, "I just wanted to do it." Just do it may be a Nike slogan, but it describes Avery perfectly. Congratulations, Avery. And I should say, look for her on the front page of your Gazette today. Our next award recipient is Xavion McBride. Xavion's award will be presented by one of his teachers at Roosevelt, Myra Hall. Xavion is a student athlete with a strong work ethic who loves spending long hours practicing football and basketball, but that is not why he's being recognized. Xavion is a vocal leader. He does not only does he do the right thing, but he believes in himself enough to pull people in the right direction so they also do the right thing. Here's a story I heard about Xavion. Boys were sitting on the side of the classroom with earbuds in, not doing any work. A student at Xavier's table stood up to join them, but Xavier persuaded him to stay put and focus on his work. This kind of thing happens every day on repeat. Xavier's leadership skills are evident everywhere he goes, whether he's encouraging other students in the classroom, practicing good sportsmanship after a bad call on the court, or helping a player from the opposing team. He is a credible leader who people want to follow. His teachers note that Xavier isn't like some popular kids who might show a lack of respect for teachers and peers. Instead, he is a model of politeness. He sets the best example in the classroom. He greets his teachers. He uplifts his peers and the entire school community. Xavier is authentic and encourages others to be the same. His principal said, "When I think of who I wish I was as a 13-year-old, or who I want my kids to be, it's Xavier." Congratulations. I'm not crying. Okay. Our next, last but not least, award recipient is Adriana Norberg, age 11. Adriana's award will be presented by Harrison teacher Amber Bradbury. Even if she's had a rough morning at home, Adriana is a, quote, ray of sunshine when she walks into the building every day. One teacher said, "She fills your heart with joy." Adriana explained to me, if you're mad at someone, you don't leave that on other people who didn't do anything. I'd rather be happy than mean and grumpy all the time. Adriana takes other kids under her wing and shares life experiences with them to help them learn coping skills. She signed up at the beginning of the year to be a helper in the school's kindergarten room before the school day starts. She gave an upset first grader some of her goldfish crackers when she recognized he was hungry. She pushes herself to finish her classwork first and then asks to check on her younger siblings, making sure they're happy and doing well. Adriana offered to sit next to a new student who didn't know any English. He would type words to Adriana on Google Translate, and she would relay his needs to the teacher. She asked me matter-of-factly, "Did you know it's lunchtime in Swahili is chakula cha mchana?" I asked Adriana what she would change about her school if she were principal. She paused and said, "I wouldn't change anything. I really like my school." Well, Adriana, we really like you. Don't change a thing. Congratulations. We don't want to stop up here. Let's just give them all a round of applause. Just a couple more things. I would like to recognize and thank Kirkwood Community College as the presenting sponsor of today's awards ceremony. Kirkwood has served students in Eastern Iowa for more than half a century, and with 14 locations across 7 counties. Did you know? Kirkwood is the area's leading provider of accessible, affordable, and exceptional education and training. Please join me in welcoming Allison Robinson from Kirkwood Community College to the podium.
afternoon, everybody. You 14 students are amazing. So as my job at Kirkwood, I am the scholarship coordinator. And so I get to read a whole bunch of scholarship applications from college students. Students that are 10, 5, 25 years older than you. And one of the questions we ask them on our scholarship application is to explain to us about their leadership skills. College students have a hard time of articulating and telling us how they are a leader. And so I hope you understand, sitting here in these seats, that we recognize that you are leaders already and that we want you to continue to grow, continue to be kind, continue to be brave when you don't want to be. Stand up for those kids who don't have a voice. So since you already have a huge chunk of what we look for in our scholarship applicants, we would like you to reach under your chairs, and there is an envelope taped under your chairs. And you all have been awarded a $500 scholarship. Yes, so sorry, we're getting a little teary up here. You have all been awarded a $500 scholarship to use at Kirkwood Community College for your higher education. Thank you for being good students. It just keeps coming. And there's still cookies. I can't. Okay, I would now like to invite our 14 young leaders to the front. And while they are coming up, I just want to note that, and all of you can leave your, I know, actually bring them, sorry, I don't know. We didn't think about this part. Put your certificates in front so that we can see them. But Bruce there will be taking complimentary photos, wherever he went, he's somewhere, of honorees and their supporters in the conference room after the ceremony, if you would like. That's just down the hall, and so we welcome you to do that. I know you are as inspired by these young leaders as I am, and so this is our final chance to congratulate them. So I invite you again to give them your all. Standing for just one moment because we're going to pivot and have our photographer come in front, and all the kids, you can turn towards me, and he's going to take a picture of them with all of their amazing supporters, all of you behind them. So give it your hands up, your applause. Big support. And now it's cookie time. So please join us in the down the hall with a reception to honor these amazing young leaders. And thank you for coming. Have a good evening.